Hi, this is Bob from Hobby Concepts, and today I'm back with part 2 of my Grand Hauler custom build. As you can see by the chassis, we've got it pretty much complete. MFC's mounted, got the fuel tanks and some of the details on. In this video I'm going to show how to add extra lights to the MFC, how to install the MFC, run some of the wiring, kind of complete the chassis. And then in part 3 we'll finish up the truck. But this is part 2. Got a lot of good stuff to show you. Let's get started. Back to work on the Grand Hauler. I'm going to get the MFC installed, but there's an issue. That's not really an issue, but it is an issue. So the MFC 01 comes with a single backup light and 2 auxiliary lights. Now on the instructions, Tamiya says if you're doing an MFC 01, put the backup light in the center position and the running lights in the outer position on the bumper. So the backup light would go here. But that leaves the 2 outer bulbs unlit. And I want to light them up on this, and I also want to add, instead of 1 auxiliary light on each side, I want to put 2 on each side with 3mm bulbs. So I'm going to show you how I do that. What I have here is I hooked up the MFC and plugged in the backup light, and just show you how it works. So when you go in reverse, the backup light comes on, and the auxiliary lights, the first level of lighting turns them on, and they stay on through all the levels of lighting. So what we want to do is have 4 bulbs here and 3 bulbs here. So let's go ahead and do that. So these are the little lights I sell with the built-in resistors, and I'm just going to cut them off a little bit shorter. And what I'll do is I'll hook all the blacks and all the whites together. Then I will cut the Tamiya connector. Now make sure this is turned off or unplugged when you do this, but I'm going to just remove the Tamiya bulb, and we'll solder all these together. So you can see I've got these wires twisted together. And we'll just solder them up. Then I'll strip these Tamiya wires and tin them. So we'll solder this up. I've got 2 different sizes of shrink wrap here. I have this little tiny stuff and a slightly larger size. And I'll show you there's a method to my madness here in a minute. So I'll just slide the shrink wrap over these before I solder it. And then I've already tinned this, which means I've already put solder onto that wire. And so now all I have to do is just hold it against this wire. And then it's on there. And then what I'm going to do is put this little shrink wrap over here, and then the bigger shrink wrap will actually fit over the 3 wires, and we'll shrink those together. Makes a real nice covering and strain relief. Holds everything together. So I'll go ahead and do the other side. And there's my 3 wires soldered in where one, or my 3 lights soldered in where one used to be. So we'll flip the radio on here and turn on the MFC. See what happens. So I used to have 1 reverse light. Now I have 3. So I get to fill all 3 holes. Shut that off. Now on the auxiliary lights, they're wired a little bit differently. As you can see, they've got the two bulbs with a cross wire and then the blue and the white wire. So again, making sure everything's turned off or it's unplugged, we're just going to clip the blue wire and the white wire. We'll set those aside, and now we're going to do the same thing but 4 LEDs, and we're going to hook the whites together and the blacks and blues together, and that should give us auxiliary lights for both sets of holes. So I'll go ahead and solder that up and we'll test it. Well, there's those lights soldered up, and voila, we now have 4 auxiliary lights and 3 backup lights. That's going to make this rear bumper look spectacular. So I'm going to go ahead and install all that, put the bumper on, and we'll talk about running the wiring. Just thought I'd do a little quick peek of the bumper. So there's my 3 lights, and you can see all the other wires just tucked in there nicely. So now I'll mount the bumper and run the wiring. I'm going to show a few tricks for that. What I did here was just pull the wires up above the rear axles. And what I like to do is I use this spiral wrap. The Grand Hauler kit comes with little pieces of it, but I like a 2-foot piece. So what I do is just start wrapping the wires, and then after I've got a length of it wrapped, you can just slide it right up underneath the axles. So we'll wrap about 6 inches of it here, and then I'll show you what I mean. You can see I have some of this wrap, so now I just hold the wires and just start sliding it up. And you can slide it and just work it all the way back as far as you can go. And it just takes a little bit of time, but what that'll do is cover the wires all the way back to about here, and then I'll just tie these up with some tie wraps. But that makes a nice clean look underneath these axles, and I will eventually wrap it all the way to the front. I do want to get the coupler plate on so I can get the coupler switch and the servo up in this. Also notice I have not installed the fenders, and the reason I do that is I learned the hard way. If you put the fenders on and you flip it upside down on your bench, you scratch up the top of the fenders. So on my truck those go on later. I assembled and mounted the coupler plate, and this truck is going to get the remote landing legs, so I assembled that, and I've got the coupler mounted down. And one thing I wanted to show was how nice the spiral wrap works for just joining wires, so I can just add this into my loom and then just pull some spiral wrap around it. And then that coupler wire just joins right into the rest of the loom. And now I'm going to mount the servo, and I'll join that wire in, and then I'll have all these wires running up to the front. Makes it really neat underneath. There's my final wiring loom with everything tied up. You can see the servo wire joined in. The Grand Hauler comes with these cool little clips. These things are absolutely awesome. They just have a peel and stick back, and they can mount to the frame. I would love to find these things separately, but I have not been able to find them anywhere. So if anybody knows where to get them, put something in the description. But they work just great for hooking the wiring up. I'll put one right here, just bend it over, holds my loom in, and then I'll put one in the back, probably another one up in here to tie up these wires, and then I'll pull the loom up through here, and that should bring all my wires up between the two plates. So I'll do that, and then I can mount the MFC or the rear cab mount. And speaking of that, I mounted my vibration motor in it, so it's ready to just mount down in this location. The MFC will sit up on top. So we're moving in on getting this chassis complete. I finished tying up the wires underneath, and they came out really nice. Everything's nice and tucked away. One of the problems though is when you do that, the MFC wires, a few of them now aren't long enough to reach up onto the MFC, which sits on top of this plate. Now the ones that I added lights to, I extended, so they're plenty long. I just put a tie wrap around here to hold these temporarily. So now what I've got to do is I'm just going to cut these and solder in a piece. This servo wire I can just put an extension on, and so I'm going to lengthen them up so I can reach the MFC a little bit better. So I'll do a little soldering there, and then I can mount this floor plate down, mount the MFC, and start plugging in some wiring. Also, I mounted the speaker to my speaker brackets, and you can see how that fits. Actually works out quite nicely here. One of the things I've done is put clear packing tape around here to improve the sound quality. Makes like a speaker box. But this truck's so nice, I'm going to do something different. I'll probably make some plastic pieces to fit in here just to kind of really make it look nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that also. And then on the back end here, I'm going to deck this whole truck. I've got some plastic diamond plate. I made a little piece for the back here. I'm going to make a piece to go between. It's fairly thin, so I'm going to add a couple braces underneath and get that painted so I can start to dress up the back end. So those are my next couple of projects. Time for some more soldering. You can see I have a fuel tank done, just sitting here. And for these chrome stripes, I just use some of this chrome sticky material, cut it into strips, and just stick it on. It's very nice and shiny. It's pretty easy to do. And trying to remember, I stripped these completely, so there was no chrome left on them. And trying to mask off chrome and then paint is not good, because the paint just doesn't stick good to the chrome. So this is a pretty easy solution that looks really nice. So you can see how those go, and of course I left the gas caps chrome, so we got that little bit of contrast. Also, this is the little rear deck section I made. I glued a couple braces underneath it because it's pretty thin diamond plate, and painted it. And that will just mount here. I'm going to also deck over this whole center section. And I'm going to use the Tamiya real thin double sticky tape to put that down. So I'll go ahead and finish this tank and install those, and then I can put the tanks have to go on before the mechanism deck goes on. The MFC deck is mounted. I know the Tamiya instructions show mounting the MFC this direction, but I got some double sticky tape on here, and I always mount it crossways. It fits fine. And the battery slides underneath just fine. So now I've got my wiring coming up through the center. I will put the receiver down in here, and I'm going to go ahead and hook up my wiring again and tie some up, and then we'll see how everything is working. As I zero in on getting the chassis done, I tied up the wiring, and I used two little stick-on plastic wire clips on each side here, and then just a piece of wire to hold down my wiring bundle, keep everything organized there. These are the wires for the blue lights, and I'm going to use an electronic switch for the blue lights, one of these little devils here, and I just plugged it into channel 6, so we'll test it here. So that turns on my underglow lights and my front lights separate from the MFC. And everything's looking good. So I'm going to mount the receiver. I left these wires long on purpose for now, just so you could see the hookup, but I'll probably shorten them up when I mount the switch, and I'll mount this in here like that, and then we can finish up this chassis. Finally, before I finish up this chassis, I like to close this in. Normally I use double stick or packing tape to close it in, but this truck's a little bit more custom. I want to do something a little different, so I made some cardstock panels that will slide in here, and I'll hold them in with double stick tape to the back of the brackets to make a speaker box, which will improve the sound quality quite a bit. For the front, I just took a piece of plastic cardstock and covered it with a carbon fiber decal, and I'll just stick it in with double sticky tape on a couple of plastic runners I glued in. I wanted to use something, the grill, this truck's going to get an aluminum Kenworth grill, and you can see through it, so I wanted to have something dark behind there, and I thought that carbon fiber was a nice look. So I'll get that stuck in there, and we'll move forward. So here is the essentially finished chassis, and I'm going to end this video here because I want to do the body as a separate piece. I do have a couple things left to do on the chassis. I'm going to put aluminum wheels on it, but I'm waiting for the wheels to come in, and it requires spacing out the rear fenders and doing a couple other things, so I'll show that in the next video. It really is turning out nicely. You can see I've got a little rear decking piece on here, the back bumper's done, all the wiring up underneath is done, tucked away neatly. You can see the wiring of the lights under the front bumper. Yeah, I'm happy with how it's going so far. I will fire it up here, and we'll take a look at these bumper lights that we did the mod on. So I've got the truck turned on and it's idling, and I just want to show off the lights. So the first level of lighting, remember we added, this is the standard light, and we added a light in here. Of course we have the brake light, and if the truck is going forward, the brake light will go brighter. Now also we have our reverse light, and all three lights come on when the truck's in reverse now. So those were a couple things we added. Of course we have turn signals. And if the lights are off, the brake lights still come on. And if the lights are on, the brake lights come on with a higher intensity. So that's the lighting setup in the grill now with the added, or in the rear bumper with the added lights we did. On the grill, of course, we have the lights with the switch, and they are very intense and look really nice. So that's pretty much the lighting on the chassis. All the rest of the lighting will be in the body. So the front mount speaker is there. I've got my interior kind of put together with all the wiring done. I've got the rear plate done. I have this plate to make. I've got the body to do. My fuel tanks are painted. My step is painted. Overall looking pretty good. So this will end part 2 of my custom Grand Hauler build. Come back for part 3. It might be a couple of weeks. I'm waiting for some parts still, but I promise I will get there, and it'll include the body, it'll include lighting these aluminum air cleaners, building the center deck section, and just basically finishing off the truck. So far, I'm real happy with how it's coming out. I appreciate everybody watching and all the nice comments. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned. Lots more videos coming. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.